and good afternoon. My name is Insha Qureshi and I'll be talking about interlaced and progressive scans today. Ever watch television and wonder what that 480, 720i or 480i or 480p stands for? Well, the number itself represents the number of lines of pixels in the screen or on that particular program. The letter stands for progressive or interlaced. P for progressive, I for interlaced, of course. Research suggests that the way the picture is being scanned is determined by how fast the images are moving, because a progressive scan is usually used for faster moving images, whereas interlace is used for slower moving images. Once again, progressive scan is used for fast-moving images such as sports, and interlace is used for slower-moving images. Progressive scan, for instance, a progressive scan would be something like 720p. That's 720 lines within your screen of pixels being painted onto the screen in the method called progressive. This progressive scan picture is being painted in such a way, in sequence, in order, lines 1, 2, 3, 4, so on and so forth. Sports broadcasters prefer to air their programming within the 720p format or resolution because it's good for faster moving images, because it's in order. And it's also being painted onto the screen in at the speed of 60 hertz. On the other hand, interlace is used for slower moving images. So interlaced being a different method in which the picture is being painted. For instance, 1080i is 1080 lines of pictures onto the screen. And I is the method in which is being painted onto the screen, I being for interlace. Movie channels prefer to air in 1080i because of the higher number of lines. Because there are the higher number of lines, you have a crisper and clearer picture, also known as high definition. The interlace scan paints the picture by first laying out odd lines and then filling in the rest with even lines. So, for instance, you'll have lines 1, 3, 5, 7, and then it'll be filled in with 2, 4, 6, which I'll get back to in just a moment. So let's first look at a visual of what progressive scan will look like. So here's a picture of a progressive scan screen being painted 1, 2, 3, 4. So they're all being painted in order. On the other hand, if we look at the interlace side, you'll see that the interlace is first filled in. The blue represents that it's filled in. It's first filled in with blue in the odd lines, 1, 3, 5, 7, so on and so forth. And then it's filled in, with the rest of the lines, the even lines, 2, 4, 6, 8, and so on and so forth to complete that picture. So again, research does suggest that progressive scan is used for faster moving images due to the speed in which the picture is being painted on the screen, and for slower moving images, interlace is the best option. Once again, progressive scan for fast-moving images used mostly by sports channels such as ESPN and C-SPAN, and interlace is mostly used by movie broadcasters for the best viewing experience with movies. The best possible scan for fast-moving images will be your progressive scan because of the speed in which it's being painted, and television broadcasters have made it clear by using these resolutions, progressive for fast, interlace for slower, based on their experiences.
What is a pixel?
Very good question. A pixel in itself is a hint of what the picture really is. So it's a particle. The word itself, the first part of the word pix means picture. The second part of the word itself means L, or I'm sorry, the second part is L, and it means element. Okay? This is the smallest portion of the screen. It's sort of a sample of the picture. So combined, all of these pixels combined create the actual picture onto the screen itself.
The numbers 720 and 1080 are the number of lines on the screen. Are those the horizontal or the vertical lines?
Those actually happen to be the amount of horizontal lines counted from top to bottom on the screen.
What are display rates?
Another great question. Display rates are also known as hertz, and this is the speed in which the picture is being painted. And was there anything else today?
No.
Okay, thanks so much for watching, and I hope we've learned a little bit more about progressive and interlace and how progressive is actually better for faster moving and interlace sort of for the opposite. Thanks again for watching. Have a great day.